The village nestled between two hills, a sparkling river kissing its feet. The air always alive with the songs of birds and the rustle of leaves. In a small hut on the outskirts of this village lived Bhairav, the storyteller. Bhairav was old, his beard as white as the winter frost. His eyes, though dimmed with age, still held the sparkle of 1,000 stories. His voice, a low rumble, could transport listeners to magical lands. His legs were weak, his steps slow, but his spirit, that remained as strong as the banyan tree at the village center. Every evening, children from the village flocked to Bhairav's hut. They came, eager to lose themselves in his tales of valiant heroes and mystical creatures. Bhairav, with a twinkle in his eye, would weave stories of kings and queens, of talking animals and mischievous fairies. His stories were a blend of truth and fantasy, seasoned with wisdom gathered over a lifetime. The children listened, their eyes wide with wonder, their hearts filled with delight. Among these children was Aryan, Bhairav's grandson. A boy of 8, Aryan possessed a mind that was as sharp as a whip, as curious as a sparrow. He loved his grandfather dearly, and his favorite time of day was when Bhairav told his stories. Aryan would sit at his grandfather's feet, his chin resting on his palms, his eyes never leaving Bhairav's face. He listened intently to every word, absorbing every detail. But Aryan was not just a listener, he was a thinker, a questioner. After every story, Aryan would bombard Bhairav with a volley of questions. "Grandpa," he would ask, his voice filled with wonder, "are the stars really tiny lamps lit by angels? Or Grandpa, why do cows have such sad eyes?" Aryan's questions, innocent and profound, never failed to bring a smile to Bhairav's wrinkled face. One particularly starry night, after the day's heat had given way to a cool breeze, Bhairav sat under the banyan tree, Aryan curled up beside him. The air hummed with the chirping of crickets, and the scent of jasmine filled the air. Bhairav had just finished a story about a brave warrior who fought a fearsome demon. Aryan, his eyes sparkling with wonder, looked up at his grandfather. "Grandpa," he asked, his voice filled with awe, "was the demon really as tall as the mountain?" Bhairav chuckled, his beard shaking gently. "Maybe," he said, his voice a low rumble, "or maybe he was just as tall as this banyan tree. It all depends, you see, on how you look at it." "But Grandpa," Aryan persisted, his forehead creased in thought, "how did the warrior defeat the demon? He didn't have any magical powers." "Ah," said Bhairav, his eyes twinkling. "But he had something far more powerful. He had courage, my boy. And courage, you see, is the greatest magic of all." Aryan pondered this for a moment, then a mischievous grin spread across his face. "But Grandpa," he said, his eyes twinkling, "what about mosquitoes? What magic do they have? All they do is bite." Bhairav's laughter boomed through the quiet night, echoing the croaking of frogs from the nearby river. He ruffled Aryan's hair affectionately. "Ah, even the smallest creatures have their own kind of magic, Aryan," he said, his voice filled with amusement. "The magic to annoy!" Aryan giggled, snuggling closer to his grandfather. He loved these evenings under the banyan tree, listening to his grandfather's stories, asking his endless questions. Their conversations were a delightful mix of truth and fantasy, wisdom and humor. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, casting long shadows around them, Bhairav and Aryan sat in comfortable silence, their bond unbreakable, woven with threads of love, laughter, and shared stories.